What's up guys, and welcome back to WBC Builds, and welcome to the August edition of our server update tour. That's right, this is episode 3 now. We've done it over the last couple of months and it's been really well received, so thank you guys for sticking around and watching, and also it's really nice to show you guys what we've been up to. So speaking of which, we've had, I think it's about 3 or 4 new builders on over the last 28 days, so it's time for us to go show you what they've been up to. But first of all, I want to show you guys the dynamic map, give you guys a bit of context as to where in the world things are, and also just show you how big the world actually is. So without further ado, let's jump on into that. So on screen now, you are looking at a live feed map. Look, we can even turn it on and show who's online now as well and where they are. But also what it does give us is this really handy tool. The isometric view here allows us to see the world in 3D, and just look at that. So we're looking right now at Wolverhampton from the air, and you can see all of the buildings in this isometric view, and it's really high detailed, it's really nice, and it's such a handy way of being able to plan things out, especially when if we zoom out you can see the scale of the world. It is massive. So starting over here we have Midsummer, which is actually not called Midsummer, I can't remember what it's called now, but this is Digby, I think that was it, Digby, which is Limbo's town, and that's all the way over there in the west. Coming back across east, we have where we started in Leicester, which is just southeast of Wolverhampton, along the main Wolverhampton to Sutton line, the branch line off of that. Then we have Hambridge here, which is what me and Jamie toured recently. Gotta say, love that still. And what we have got is the main railway line coming through here. Now, it stops at this mountain, but it will carry on past the mountains, all the way across here. This is going to get filled in, and it's going to come to the new town of Sutton. So that's where Sutton's going to be in the context of the world, just slightly south of Hambridge. And also, Sutton is nearly opposite Brennus, which is over here where Limbo is building, and he has started building a tunnel, which is going to connect in to Sutton under the main channel here. And what this is quite a nice way of showing as well is the context between what I like to call Whiteberg and Europa. Now Europa is the European section where we have all of our European builders in, and that is mainly this area here. Let me follow it out with this hand cursor for a second. Around here, and all of this over this side is all within Europa. Everything north of that is Whiteberg. Apart from these two areas here, which is their own sort of principality, we got Carter and Goose, which is our 2 new builders from last time. Now if we come a little bit further down, you can see here we've got some more buildings going on around this section of the bay. We've got D Rusty here from our Discord, Wobex and Bubex here building their French influenced town. We're going to get straight into showing you guys what's been happening with them, and a few other little things I want to show off quickly. I started building a Second Empire house for a build battle the other day, and that's started me off building a whole new town known as Irvington, which is up here in the United Colonies section of our world, and it's going to become the new community town for people to come on and build Second Empire homes. So we're going to visit that later on in the video. So guys, without further ado, let's jump on in and I'll show you guys what the new builders have been up to. So you find me here at D Rusty's beautiful church. This is the town of Frostnet. I believe that's how you say it, I'm not entirely sure. But what we are greeted with here is this beautiful church. I believe it's based on one in Sweden. And he's used the Blackstone here for the roof to make it look absolutely spiky as anything. The Gothicness is oozing out of this build. So I believe his actual intentions is to build a European/English town, very similar to what Goose has started. We look over this way, you can't see it. Oh God, what is... Okay, that's an interesting sort of monument. I like to see where that goes. But yeah, so there's not much to see here really first, but I really love what he has done. This church, I mean, honestly, look at it. There's so much detail. We We got him on after he showed us what he could do with St. Paul's Cathedral in his application, and man, it was beautiful. So Rusty, thank you, and I really want to welcome you to the team, so lovely stuff. Right, let's jump on over to Wobex and Bubex, who are a duo building a lovely French town, so let's go see that. So when you do warp Corbett, which is their little French town's name, you're greeted with this diagonal dock. There isn't much to see here, but because this isn't the main article. Oh wow, that's the first time I've ever seen that, and I've got to say it is beautiful. Obviously there's some world edit trickery going on there, but that's a really cool little pulley system. Love it, lovely little detail like that. I don't want to know what's going on here, apart from a couple of guys carrying around some boxes above their heads, which they shouldn't be doing, health and safety and all that. Anyway, this is not the main article. We need to fly some way off in this distance to be able to find the beautiful French town that these guys are building. The train station in which has been based on London Victoria, and I cannot wait to show it off. So here we are, greeted with this really nice city wall. So over this lake, I want to say lake, it's definitely going to be a river, I don't know why we said lake. But through here, now this is based on one, I believe, that was built in Germany, in Berlin. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not very good with names that are not English. It's just really nice. I love the way they've used granite there to offset the brick, and all the texturing in the walls look really nice. We've got this little sign here as well, which is a lovely little detail. More details like that is definitely something I want to do, because I'm awful at putting in little details like that. So I'm stalling before I actually show you guys the main articles, because there is quite a bit going on so far. Also, llama just chilling there. This is beautiful. It has got this nice Parisian sort of feel about it. This monument's lovely. The ground is exquisite. Do you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. In England, we don't tend to have many of those sort of nicely laid out areas until you get into the sort of 20th century. This is really, really nice. I notice it's a lot more across the European sort of arts and styles. Hello. I think we found a shopper who's wandered very far from the supermarket. Hello, sir. Are you okay? Interesting. Right. Ignoring that, let's go on down the main boulevard here. And at the end, you can see behind this tram the beautiful station that has been based off of London Victoria. And then you open up into this lovely semicircle here, this crescent. And these builds are great. So guys, welcome to the team. Oh, I've just spied the roof here. Blackstone works so well for iron. And this is really giving me some inspiration. So take a look at that. Breathe it all in. And let's just say, guys, I can't wait to see where this town's going to go. You two have really become, you come on every day. You do your best. I know there's connection issues sometimes with what you're trying to do, but honestly, great stuff. So we've got another builder to go show you now, and that is Rayfan. Now, he's building an English town called Morton over in Hampwickshire, so that's near where me and MS Builds are building. So let's go take a look at that. So when you warp to Morton, you are greeted with the large docks here. I love how everyone has started building docks. It really does help bring this industrial feel to the world. Lovely bit of texturing here on these docks, and they look realistic. I like this because this is obviously like a loading bay. You get your ship under here, and not just that, you've put algae in the water. Man, that is beautiful. Why can't I think of things like this? I'm really, really not that good at building on it. When you look at stuff like this and go, damn, that's decent. So we've got these nice little cranes going on here, making use of the chains, and I think that's going to be a staple for everyone's towns these days. I've just been noticing as well, you've got the acacia logs here, which work really nicely as forming the sort of sea wall, the retaining wall there behind the docks face. And also you've got some rabbits just hopping about the place, just chilling down by the docks. Perfect stuff. This is one of these trucks that have been brought over from CSK. He's built a lot of these and he's just left them in his town for people to copy them across. Nice little wagon, much better than my coal wagon. Flashbacks to that over in the fish and chip shop. But yeah, so I can't wait to see what you're going to get on with. Wow, that's quite a gradient on that hill. Okay. I don't know if a train could ever get up that. Maybe. I think if it was going down, it wouldn't be able to put the brakes on hard enough and then straight into the water, but we'll see. I like to comment on railways. I know there's someone in the comments that likes to comment on railways as well. But yeah, so Morton is coming along really well. I can't wait to see what you end up with this. This is going to connect into our town of Sutton once I get around to building that. So that would be a nice little feature to have. And we've got, what is this? Oh, bridge down here. Nice stuff. So Rayfan, welcome to the team again. Cannot wait to see what you come up with. The English style runs through your veins by the looks of it. So speaking of English styles, I think it's time to go back over to Lenston, which is where we started this video, and I'm going to show you guys some countryside fields that MS Builds has been working on, and he has done an absolutely amazing job. So let's go take a look at those. So here we are back in Lenston. I was up there earlier on wandering out the pub. I don't want to show too much of this town off just yet. I do want to drag Jamie around it because there is so much to see. But what I wanted to show you guys first of all were these Edwardian terraces, and I love them. I want to build more of them. He's captured the style so well. Yes, there isn't too much to them, but this is beautiful. Like, you've got the acacia logs there helping break up the sandstone to form a sort of timber frame, which is the common feature of these types of houses on the gable end there. And then you've also just got the pure loveliness. So let's wander outside of Lenston into the countryside. So wandering on down this road that he's lined with bushes, tall grass to form a sort of verge, you get such a sense of being out in the English countryside. And I am in love with these fields of wheat. They go stretching out for miles and miles and miles. As we come around the corner here, you're greeted with another terrace of houses, which, if you go anywhere in the English countryside, you're always going to find what looks like quite nice grand buildings, but it's just terraced houses for farm workers. These are another row of Edwardian houses. I think you can get around the back of them. Just get trapped in the trees there. Yes, you can. Ah, the details, mate. The details. So we're going to carry this path on round quickly, just show you a bit more of the sort of vibrance of this area. There's a farmstead over there. This is the building that me and Jamie came to in the Hambridge tour. That was the hunting lodge. And oh, what's this? Ah, it's like a field of grass. Looks like potatoes or something, or I don't know. It's like a harrowed field. Ah, so we're coming up to here, which is just a little farm area. And again, it's simple, but really, really, really effective. Like, this is how I want to build more, but I'm just too scared to. So let's carry on up this path before I start having a breakdown about styles again. And we are greeted with more and more countryside, rolling landscapes, trees, overhanging roads, the sun beating down, the sort of looming... Oh, what's this? Oh, that's it. The branch line back up to Wolverhampton that I enjoy building with him. It was, yeah, we got the alignment down. It was great fun. You can see it rolling off there into the distance. And what's this? Fields of lavender. Cut to me jumping around in the fields of lavender. Yeah, enough of that. So let's carry on down to the train station and then hitch a ride back to Wolverhampton so we can show you what I've been up to there. Spoiler alert, it's not been much. Alright, where's the train then? Am I stranded here? We're going to find Jamie through this wall? We are not going to find Jamie through this wall. Right, let's jump to Wolverhampton. Okay, so you find me in Wolverhampton, and if you have watched my recent episode of Let's Build Wolverhampton, you would have noticed I finished the Passford Docks area of town, and I really like them. So I've received some comments about these docks being a little bit too plain and boring and uninteresting, and I'd like to say back to them, no. Anyway, moving on from that, we had obviously the whole little showcase of this area, so I'm not going to go into too much depth. There's the coal wagon, which is beautiful, and obviously the fish and chip shop, the Codfather with just gherkins on the menu. This was a nice little fun build to do. As you know, I don't do interiors much, so doing some interiors always just likes to go off. And what you can see is my newest build up there, and that is number 1 and number 2 of Buckland Villas. So this is a huge semi-detached Georgian villa I've built here, overlooking Buckland Place Park, next door to the big house itself, and just overlooking the canals and the docks with a commanding view. I think it's on one of the tallest hills in the whole town. I mean, maybe the banking group's on the highest bit of the hill, but still. I'm only showing you the front because I haven't done the back yet. I live streamed this the other night and I was meant to finish the villa off, but what actually happened was, if I take you over here, was I ended up landscaping the entirety of this part of the town, ready for when I'm going to build the school in here, with some nice terrace of houses, a church opposite, and all manner of Englishness. What does need doing at some point is the canal needs to be brought through here, because right now, what an absolute mess this is looking. Come on, pull your finger out, get some more work done on this place. But still, I've learnt valuable lessons in terms of landscaping, had a good bit of fun doing it, and if you want to see the entirety of the 3.5 hours of me landscaping, click the little thing up on the top there to watch that live stream. Anyway, so we've got some more stuff to show you. There is a lot going on at the moment. I have a feeling Portmore has started up again. I don't know, Dweebs seems to have returned, so let's go see what he's been doing. Okay, so we're back here at Portmore. Now, if any of you have seen Portmore before, you would know that there was actually rows of buildings here, but what we're greeted with now is a beach, a slipway, which goes, oh my, how? Do these boats just get like launched down at some sort of high speed? Yeah, of course they do. They're flying over there. Wow, that's I have never seen a slipway that high up. That's taken me by surprise, Dweebs. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, we've got some more flying boats over there. No, there's not a lot to worry about that. But there's lots happening in Portmore, and I can't wait for Dweebs to carry on and for us to see what's going on. Apparently the church is now finished and ready for us to take a look inside. So there's a little glimpse of it. And that's all we're going to see of that. So Dweebs, welcome back. It's been a long time. Oh yeah, the cannon here. So we've got some sea defences. Perfect. Alright, so that's Portmore for you. A little whistle-stop tour here. I'm amazed by that. So we've got another builder up in this direction, and that is Hotkey. He started building a little town called Winnsboro. So let's go take a look and see what he started. So we got greeted here when we go to Winnsboro. The pub count is 1. So apparently there's 1 pub here already. And ooh, that's really nice. So this is the train station of Winnsboro. A nice little gradient down there at the bottom, and I think he's done the internals. Wow, it's quite a shiny floor. That's a really shiny floor. Okay, interesting stuff. So yeah, lovely little thing here. I don't know if he's done the actual train station. I feel like I'm squeaking across the floor like you would do in a museum. What's this? Up to the platforms? Up to the platforms. What? That's a... What? Okay. I've never seen platforms that high before. Is this a boat? I don't know what's going on. But no, again, nice detailing on the back there. Wow. Really like those little archways. Good little stuff. So I think this is going to be like an English Victorian town. He's still debating on the style for everything, but really, really nice little train station. This little is fairly large. What else we got going on? We got a couple of corner buildings here. Love the details on this. Yeah, really nice. This is definitely some sort of, I would say even Regency, although it hasn't got the sort of telltale yellow style to it. But no, lovely little town started here. So hotkey, can't wait to see what else you come up with. Lovely, lovely bits of detail. So it's time for us to go on over and see what's happening in Ellingham. So Ellingham is our community town that we haven't really been building in lately. So I think there's been a few little things happening. Let's go take a look. Okay, so Ellingham is, like I just said, our community town, which means everyone and anyone who gets bored of their own towns or fancies building something a little bit different to their style can come over to and have a go. So this is just a bit of, like, you don't need to read that. We know what we're doing around here, but what I wanted to bring you guys to see is the cathedral. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? You didn't really expect that. Now, Hology has built this, and as you all know from Rensgate being fabulous, this is so detailed, so gorgeous. Look at the circular windows there, all of the little crenellations around the top, and it's just so gothic. Oh, mate, you really know how to make me feel good about buildings. That's a horrible thing to say, but yeah, the statues in here, the armor stands, they look great with their leather gear on. Nice little niches around there. So this is Ellingham Cathedral, and one day it may have an interior. I do trust that Hology to do interiors. He does a great job, so we'll see where that goes. But mate, fabulous, fabulous job here. I can't wait to start building something in Ellingham myself, or even at least finishing the road, which leads off to Wolverhampton. So I've got a bit more to show you. We're going to pop on down to Limbo's town, or Brennus, and see what's going on down there. Okay, so we're in Brennus now, and I think what he's done recently, yeah, that's right, he's redone the centre. So we've now got a really nice little park here. If you cast your minds back to episode 1, we had the church right here, and yeah, this is looking really nice. Again, lodestone in the floor is a perfect little detail, and not just that, we've got grey wool as well. Lovely stuff. So I think if we head off into the northern section of town, which is over here, again, loads of buildings going on, and just lots and lots of little stuff. Ooh, what's this? It's like some sort of diagonal villa. He is a master builder. I could never plan out stuff in my head like this. I would love to build more diagonals because I feel they make everything feel a bit more realistic and that, but still. I'm just sort of amazed by that. We got him over this nice river. You've done the banks really well. I keep looking at this from the dynamic map and going, wow, that's really, really nice. Lovely details around here. And then we come on into the outskirts of town, and you're greeted with these villas out here. So who wouldn't want to live down this lovely street? Oh, mate, the atmosphere, beautiful. Sorry, I had to pause then just to think of the words. And that's what I was looking for. The train station. Somewhat unimpressive, somewhat unimposing, but functional and beautiful. So what he's done is he's incorporated the tram line. It's taken me by surprise because it was actually over there before, but he's incorporated this as a loop, so you would get off the tram and connect straight onto the platforms. Mate, as a person that enjoys traffic and logistics of things, moving people around, the idea of mixed mode like that, perfect. So what I brought you over here to see is the unfinished, I think, tunnel to Sutton. So this travels under the ground, all the way under the sea, all the way under the channel, from one country to another, and connects in to the town of Sutton. Just look at that never-ending darkness down there. We're not going to fly in here because we'll never see it, but I cannot wait for this to be finished, and the project itself is huge. So we were debating on how to get a bridge across. There wasn't enough height between the two because I wanted boats to be able to use the channel over here because it's kind of the fence between the two countries. So we were talking about putting in a hill or something, but it's such a huge channel that it would end up being like trying to build a bridge to the Isle of Wight. So eventually we went, okay, let's put a tunnel in and we'll see where it comes out. So it's going to come out somewhere here in the desert, but then we'll sort that out once this becomes Sutton. So I think, to be honest, that is everything we've got to show you. But wait, there is more. So we are now over in the Canadian English town of Llewellyn wood. I am going to call it Llewellyn wood because that is the only way I can describe it. And what you are greeted with is the flag of, I think it's Amilville or something. That's the so these guys are a vassal to the Whiteburgian Empire. A bit of lore now, and they are like an independent sort of principality, but also their foreign policy is governed by us because we have the better looking flag. And so this is his train station. Now he's made a great use of the new warped woods here in the windows. I think that's going to be a sort of new staple for people. Keep seeing it around the place. Lovely looking building. I think it's built in, I can't remember which Canadian town he said, but the platforms, love it. Canopies like this always excite me, and yeah, it's just lovely. So I can't wait to see what you end up with. What's that over there? Oh, that's just a time traveling boat that keeps appearing and disappearing. Does anyone know how to... Anyway, so we've got some trains flying around over here as well. He's a master builder on trains. A lot of people seem to be. I haven't really tackled them yet, but everyone seems to be building trains. Anyway, so that's what's been going on here in Llewellyn Wood. Got to jump on over now to show you what's been happening in Ansbury. So when we spawn in here to Ansbury, the best thing to do is turn around and look up, and you'll see the clock tower of the station. So Ansbury Station is based on Victoria Station in Nottingham, which I think is actually demolished now. But again, he's done a great job. Lovely bit of detailing on this. As you can see, it's not really integrated into the town just yet. I think the town hasn't formally grown since we were here last month, but he's been working on something quite interestingly large. I can't show it off just yet. It deserves a video all to itself, so we'll get on to that later on. But we come around here and you've got the train shed with the lovely canopy over it. Clocks, really, really nice idea with the birch there. And that one up there, lovely. I love train stations that have, you know, the actual walkway under the canopy. And you can walk up here. It reminds me of Bournemouth Station. Walk up here and gaze over at your favourite train as it comes hurtling through, tooting its horn, giving all that. But yeah, so Goose, again, I know you've been working hard on something, and we will show it off eventually. You know that. And ooh, there's some sort of defensive weapon up here. Interesting. And also, wow, that train's got quite the bend on it. We came here last time. Yes, this is where we found Goose last time. He was just hanging around in the little signal box. Lovely details again. These guys are really, really good at detailing. I not so much. Anyway, let's carry on with the tour. I've got some more stuff to show you guys. So, some of you may be regulars to the channel, and you may have seen my recent build battle with Adela Butterfly. Lovely, lovely video. Thanks for challenging me there again. But what that sort of spawned was a whole new town. The leafy suburb of Irvington. Now this place is going to be featuring buildings such as these. Second Empire houses built sort of detached away from each other in a really nice suburban setting. What we have so far is these two. So this is the Armour Steiner house that I used for the build battle. It's an octagonal house with a very strange sort of, I don't know, like a sweet wrapper roof. And it was so much fun to build, and once you put it into a landscape, it really, really comes to life. Dweebs then came over and added a house here as well, and we've now formed the town of Irvington. So if you guys build in Second Empire houses, American Victorian style, then please come on over to the Discord, links down below in the description as always, and apply. Well, yes, talk about applying and we can see what we can do. I want to grow this place so it can be a nice, lovely, leafy suburb. Maybe remove the mountain. I'm not sure yet. So it's time to jump back over to Wolverhampton and just sum up with what's been happening this month. So guys, thank you all for joining us for August's edition of the server update. I've really enjoyed doing these and giving you guys an understanding of what's been going on the server, while obviously you all can't join. I know it's sad times, but we will figure a way out in the future. But as always, if you do want to come see the server, then please come on over to our Discord, you know, get yourself friendly with everyone on there, talk for a bit, share your ideas, share your builds, share your inspiration. That's the main motto on how to actually get a Whiteburgian rank. But yeah, so without further ado guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.